Hey guys, my name is Nibiri and it's time for another Synth Saturday. Today I want to show you how you can make structure in the process of making a track. So to show you how you can make structure in the process of making a track, I want to show you something that I'm working on. And this is not finished yet, but it will serve purpose for this little video.
Gotta keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Gotta keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left.
Now I hope that you like this, but what I want to show you today is how you can make the structure of making the entire track. First of all, you gotta get hooked with a sound, right? You gotta have something that just inspires you to start making a track with it. And for me, that was this little layer over here. It's just a bass sound, and it just builds that basic setting that I'm opening up with. And combining that together with another plug, we already built the setting. So over here, that actually just gives us this little part, and this is, you could call this part 1 for your track to be working on. So you're having this intro, it's part 1. And after this intro, I knew that I wanted to have a melody. And as you hear probably when you had the melody, you don't really have anything in the background yet. But that's because I'm still working on this. But the way that I like to structure working on my tracks is just by taking something that I like to work with. So you're something that inspires you over here. And then I just think about what do I want for the track. And over here I chose for a melody after this opening. So I just start working on the melody, start working a little bit on the sound. But when the basics are done over there, when I did some basic layering and it sounds alright, just in the general direction that you want to go for that next part. So if you have your little parts and you created something that you like to work with, then you're probably gonna get stuck in the mixer because everything needs to get mixed down. I try to work as much on these little parts as possible so that I know that my first part sounds in balance and everything sounds where it should be. And then after that, I go on to the next bit. So if I have my, say these faders are for the first part, then these faders are for the next part. I want to make sure that the first part is in balance, and then I tune that second part so it's in balance with that first part. So you get a one in tune feeling for your track. Even in the mixer, you can just make this as step by step as possible, as long as you just only mix down the mixers that you're working on this little part of the track that you're happening to be working on. I just wanted to say this because I was listening and giving feedback to some tracks, and I felt that some of them are just a little bit too much all over the place, or they don't really have a clear mix down, and I feel that this little tip could really help you out. Just try to keep everything as simple as possible and work on small bits. Even on a smaller scale, you can do this with this little fill that I'm having over here. I really worked on this, only this little bar for a few minutes, maybe like half an hour, until this sounded perfect before I went on to this. And over here I worked on this little fill until it sounded perfect. So you can just make everything step by step and just keep it in control and make sure that you're producing the best track that you can with your level of skill that you're having right now. Now I hope this little tip helps you out if you want to create your first track, or maybe if you're stuck with your track. And well, hopefully I'll see you back soon again. Cheers!